All right, what we have here is an Exact-Emerge row unit, and what we're going to go over today is some of the wear items on the Exact-Emerge row unit itself, the meter, and the brush belt assembly. So what we have here is a knockout wheel. We need to inspect this and make sure that these aren't very short. Just inspect them and make sure that the bearings are okay. Also, while we're here, we're going to look at the seal and make sure in the tight corners that you see here that you're not going to see any kind of cracks or anything that would let vacuum seep by. On the meter itself, what we have here is we have 4 wear strips, 2 at the bottom, 2 at the top. Now in this new updated version, these are ceramic. On the old version, these are steel and metal. And as you can see in the ceramics here, we have a dimple right there. So if the dimple wears off, that means it's time to replace. But until then, if you can still feel the dimple, they're still okay. We're also looking at our bowl here to make sure that there is no grooves cut into the bowl. There are no grooves cut in on the outside to where it sits here on top of the wear strips and rides. And while we're in here, we're also going to inspect that our double eliminator tines are, they have to be longer than 17 millimeters. 17 millimeters is the lowest spec. And then we can see here that we are set for corn reading. So corn being right in the middle, switching it to soybeans, we would go all the way to the bottom, okay? While we're also here, we're going to inspect our donut gasket right here and make sure that it's not losing any vacuum on the backside, and as well as the meter bearing in here. So we're going to make sure that it's good and tight on both sides. We don't have any extra play in the meter bearing. We have one more option right here to look at, and this is where our brush belt comes in contact here. We want to make sure that this is not pitted or cracked in any way. This is actually a rotor piece here, so we want to make sure that that's in good shape there as well. Moving over to our brush belt. This is our brush belt cartridge here with our seed sensor. And we pop these tabs open right here. It allows us to come in here and look at our brush belt. And as you can see, this is our wear line for our brush belt. It's the yellow. When you cannot see that wear line anymore, it's time to replace the belt. Also, this is an updated version, and it allows for a longer opening here to allow debris to get out of it. Previous cartridges was covered up to here, and it allowed materials to build up in there, and so now we've elongated that a little bit and allow us to clean out a little bit better. We're also going to look at the metal Cleanout tool here and make sure that it's not wore down and it actually still does make good contact with the brush to allow it to brush the bristles and to help clean out debris. Rumble strips here, we're using these rumble strips. The green is for corn. They have the bumps in them. That's called an agitator strip as well. The ones we use for beans are smooth and they're typically black. The old style is a yellow rumble strip, a yellow agitator strip, but the new style has been changed over to a green, and it's actually made up of a different material to help with wear.